It's been a decade since the student-led Sunflower movement reshaped Taiwan's political space and catapulted youth activists into the ruling Democratic Progressive Party. Ahead of the island's presidential polls, CNA's Deborah Wong finds out how much of this will continue to impact the young voters.
3月18号的晚上，我们就是在济南路这里举行晚会。那要抗议张庆忠30秒通过服贸。我们分3路，从立法院周围进到立法院。第2路就是从康源餐厅进到立法院里面。那当天晚上，这个门大概只有2-3个警察。那我们把警察推开，把门推开。大部分的群众其实是从这道走道进到立法院。
For the first time in Taiwan's history, hundreds of young protesters occupied the legislative yuan. Tens of thousands more took to the street. Human rights lawyer Lai Zhongqiang was one of the leaders of the Sunflower movement, calling for the Kuomintang government to retract the Cross-Strait Service Trade Agreement, or CSSTA. Activists see the deal as allowing China to exert greater influence on the island through investments in sensitive industries. CSSTA is meant to form part of the main Economic Cooperation Framework Agreement, or ECFA, that was signed between both sides in June 2010. ECFA is still in force now, despite Beijing threatening to suspend it.
那当时的感觉如何呢？
那个时候觉得台湾的民主面临了一个很大的危机。我们为了要抢救台湾的民主，要阻止这件反民主的事情，那要维护台湾的经济自主，所以必须有所行动。
The Sunflower movement was months in the making, gripped by a fervent belief that a cross-strait service trade deal would leave Taiwan vulnerable to China's reunification plans. Student activists across universities, just like this one at National Taiwan University, formed the Black Island Nation Youth Front. They had one goal: to stop the trade deal and to secure Taiwan's future.
10 years on, as Taiwan readies for its next presidential election, the controversial CSSTA is back in the headlines. Opposition candidates Hou You-yi from the Kuomintang, or KMT, and Wen-je of Taiwan People's Party, or TPP, are keen to revive the deal to improve Taiwan's flagging economy. Current Vice President and ruling Democratic Progressive Party's candidate William Lai rejected it, warning against reliance on China's economy.
Public poll shows that people concerned about national security issues, so people do not want to rely too much on China.
The Sunflower movement had a profound impact on society. Student activists of the movement eventually entered politics. Some even joined the ranks of the DPP. It also saw the emergence of a neutral third force in Taiwan's politics that transcends the two-party dominance of DPP and KMT.
And more people identify themselves as non-partisans right now. So the youth becoming more and more dissatisfied with this system. So they tend to support the third-party candidates like Wen-je. So that means our traditional parties has to do more to attract people again.
The same cross-strait issue persists, but youth political participation has evolved beyond protests.
整个太阳花运动结束了以后，确实是鼓舞了很多年轻人积极参与公共事务。但是参与的方式不一定是加入政党，也不一定是进入选举。那事实上有一群人，他们就是从太阳花运动结束了以后，决定要去投入中下阶层的社会救助工作。事实上，这样的力量其实是散在台湾各地的。
27-year-old Alvin Zhang is among them. Though he wasn't an active participant back then, it spurred him on to form the Taiwan Youth Association for Democracy. It's a group that encourages political discourse among youth.
所以太阳花世代，我老实讲，也不一定是特定偏任何一个政党，但是他们对于政治的参与度，那包含我嘛，会稍微比较高。然后我们是更愿意，不论是去参与，然后透过不论是投票或者其他方式来想办法创造一些改变。包含就是大家为什么在太阳花后一直到现在，就是民进党政府也执政8年的时间了嘛，所以我们也期待说，就是有没有制度性的改变，因为我们不能期待每次都是靠不论是任何一个有魅力的候选人或任何一个政党。 我们就觉得制度的建立是太重要。
About 1 million people will be voting for the first time this round. To galvanize the youth and increase voter participation, Alvin's team raised funds for university students to travel back to their hometowns so that they can cast a ballot at their registered district.
过去大家很长一段时间，年轻人觉得说，政治好像是长辈的事，那跟我无关。但我觉得现在跟过去相比已经差非常多，只是说我们现在如何让每一次的选举，它都还是获得年轻人的重视。
After all, the next generation must make a stand for their own future. Deborah Wong, CNA, Taipei.